Hello, welcome. Welcome, so glad to have you here. I apologize, the lighting today, it's starting to get dark outside. And yeah, lighting is bad when it starts to get dark. It gets dark so early here. So anyway, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Laura from I Heart Planners. I blog about organizing. I create lots of pretty printables on my blog, and I blog about helping other entrepreneurs learn how to make an income online. So I'm so glad to have you here today. And today I want to talk about something that has been on my mind, and you guys might find the same. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to have you here. You guys might find the same thing to be true for you. So I want to talk about how, hey, thanks so much for inviting followers. I'm so glad to have everyone here. So I want to talk about how I don't get up early. Okay, and how that makes me more productive. So I don't know about you, but I love planning and productivity and all those things, and I'm constantly trying to find ways to be more productive and get more done while feeling calm and sane and having plenty of time to spend on important things like with my family and things like that. And so anytime I'm online and I see something about oh, someone had to come after seeing the topic, yeah. So I'm constantly reading, clicking over if there are any posts written about like how to be more productive or the secret to getting more done, all those kind of posts. I'm always like reading those, especially if they're written by like moms, kind of in a similar situation to me. I want to hear like what's their advice. And often I hear that their secret is they get up early. They get up before their kids wake up, at a consistent time. They have that quiet time in the morning so they can kind of collect their thoughts. Nothing's like, pressing right as soon as they wake up. Maybe they have time to plan their day. They actually like get something really productive done before the sun even gets up, comes up, before the kids even wake up. They've got the dishwasher unloaded. Maybe they've started on a project, and that sounds good to me. I mean, sounds great. But let me tell you something, that does not work for me. And so if you feel the same way when you read that, and like every time I come across that, I'm like, oh, maybe I should try that. Maybe I should try that because it works so well for them. But I have to remind myself that we're all different. And I think getting up early or getting up before your kids is a great idea. And I think, it works super well for a lot of people. And if it works for you, I think that's great. Keep it up. I will also say, if you haven't tried it, it's probably a bad idea to just be like, well, I don't like getting up early. I'm not a morning person. It's not going to work for me, because we need to try new things. How do you know until you've tried it? So try it. If it works for you, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's totally fine. I promise you, there are plenty of wonderful, productive, calm people who don't get up early. So I just want to encourage you in that. Or if you're reading something like everyone's telling you to do this, like cloth a diaper, it's better for, I don't know, everything, and you don't want to do that, that's fine. I don't do that either. Her husband doesn't get it. So like, for example, in my case, I say that I've never been a morning person. And I know that can be like an excuse. Like, I'm not a morning person. Or before I started blogging, I could say, well, I'm not a blogger. I don't know how to make money online. I can't do this. So I tried it. Well, as far as a morning person things goes, I definitely tried it. I worked at a traditional day job for 6 years where I needed to be up like a little before 6 every day. I think I had to leave the house at 6:30. So for 6 years, and I guess on the weekends I could sleep in. But other than that, like almost every single day, I got up a little before 6. And let me tell you something. For me, I never got used to it. It never got easier. I was always pretty miserable. So I think I gave it a good try. 6 years is a good long try, and it just wasn't for me. It doesn't matter how early I went to bed. It doesn't matter what I did. And it wasn't just like, okay, I wake up. Of course, it's no fun, when it's dark and it's cold, and get out of bed. I mean, even a lot of early risers who really like it, don't necessarily like the getting out of bed process, so that's okay. But then I would continue to feel groggy, and like when the afternoon would hit, I could barely keep my eyes open, so it really didn't serve me. And then now I work for myself. I can set my own schedule, which is a pro and a con, by the way. But and then I had a baby, and for the first 10 months of her life, she did not sleep. And I'm barely exaggerating. Like, seriously, 20 minutes was a good stretch for her, day or night. And so she never slept. And so I was not, like, the last thing I needed to do was to put pressure on myself to be up at any certain time. If she so happened to get one good 2-hour stretch of sleep from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., by all means, you better believe I was going to sleep. And that was the best thing for me, my family, my sanity, my husband. He was a huge fan of me getting sleep, because when I was in that stage and I really wasn't getting much sleep at all, I was a little bit, I was certainly less productive, because it's really hard to just stay focused and be energetic and like on task when you're super tired. And then I was super emotional. I would like cry all the time. And so it was better for everybody that I just sleep whenever, however I could. Now I'm very blessed. Fortunately, she sleeps super well 90% of the time. And so I could easily, if I wanted to, get up in the morning. She goes to bed at 8, and she rarely gets up before 7. So if I wanted to get up at 6 or something, I could do that. It wouldn't be unreasonable, but it's still isn't really my thing. I feel like I do so much better. I do get that quiet time. Like, a lot of people talk about liking to have that quiet time. Well, she goes to bed at 8, and I don't go to bed, then. So I get a little bit of time after she goes to bed. If there's anything, I try to clean up as we go, but, if there's anything I need to clean up, finish washing up the dishes, just take a few minutes, get everything together. And then after that, I still have some quiet time. I have some time. My husband and I, that's when we like to spend time together. I have time alone with my thoughts. We do our Bible reading. I can plan out the next day if I want to. So I get that quiet time. It's just in the evening. And in the evening, even if sometimes I am a little tired because it's the end of the day, but I'm more able to focus and enjoy that quiet time because I didn't just like drag myself out of bed and feel all groggy. Whereas if I get up at any time, even when I get up on my own, I'm groggy for about the first hour. So it's not a time where it's really good for me to sit down and read my Bible or do something that requires a lot of thought. I can maybe unload the dishwasher, do some things like that don't require a lot of thought. So it's my daughter who wakes me up each morning 90% of the time, and I'm happy with that. It works great for us. She usually gets up between 7 and 8. She stands up in her crib and she kind of hollers out like, "Mom, come get me." So I just hop up, I go get her, I get her dressed, I cook her breakfast. I make eggs for like a big pan of eggs for both of us. We both eat those. And we just have like it's still a quiet, relaxed morning. And then I go to the Y as soon as I can to work out. And so that's just what works for me. So I just want to encourage you that if there's some advice that you keep seeing and you don't think it works for you and you have tried it, you didn't just say, well, that doesn't work for me, then it's totally fine. So I'd love to hear like if you guys have anything like that you feel like, oh, everyone's telling me to do this, but it doesn't work, that's totally fine. Also, if you do want to make over your mornings, like make your mornings more intentional and productive, I highly recommend Money Saving Mom, Crystal Payne's course it's called Make Over Your Mornings. If you go to my blog, iheartplanners.com, in the sidebar there, or if you're on a mobile, scroll way down to where you see the sidebar, there is like a little graphic for it, and you can go to that course, and I think she's even giving away the first day for free if you want to just kind of check it out. And what I love about that course is that you'd think, okay, make over your mornings, this is going to be about like getting up early. It's not about getting up early at all. I don't even know if she talks about, she doesn't care what time you get up. It's about just being intentional with your mornings and really being intentional with your whole day. So that was a great course for me to help me be intentional about what I do each morning and still be goal-oriented in what I do each day, but without feeling like I necessarily had to get up early or had to get up before the baby does or anything like that. So I would highly recommend that course if you're looking to help your mornings, whether you'll want to get up early or not. So that's my recommendation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you don't know who I am, once again, I'm Laura from iHeart Planners. Go to iHeart Planners to check it out. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Talk to you later. Thanks.